Hello my lovelies, I hope you are well. Our lesson today is called the skeletal system. It's our first system. Let's start. What are the main functions of the skeletal system? First of all, it is a system of bone. What's a skeletal system? It's a system of bone. The function that support, protect the body, allow it to move, as we know from lesson 1. And also it store minerals and produce red blood cells. The main function of the skeletal system that it consists of the endoskeleton. The endoskeleton is the skeleton inside the body, like the bones, rib cage, and skull, that protect the heart and the brain. There are two parts of the skeletal system. The first part called the skull, vertebrae, and ribs. It is the axial skeleton which supports and protects the internal organ, and the second part called appendicular skeleton. It includes the arm, legs, shoulder, and pelvis. The first part of the skeletal, the first part called the bones, that makes you alive, that have the blood supply and the nerves. Also we have the ligaments. The ligaments, it's a tough and flexible strand of connective tissue that holds the bones together. The part that holds the bones together and allow the movement and are found at the end of the bone. And also the cartilage. The cartilage is strong and flexible, smooth connective tissue that do what? That help or allow them to move smoothly, and the tip of your nose and your ears are soft and blunt because they can contain only cartilage. Let's start with the first part, the bones. What are the bones made of? The bones are a hard organ made of minerals and connective tissue. If you looked inside the bone, you would notice that there is two kinds of bone tissue, compact bone and spongy bone. The compact bone that are rigid and hard and no visible open space, but the spongy is the opposite. The strength and support for the bone, it have many open space. It's the opposite. In a long bone, such as the arm and leg, and the outer layer of the compact bone surrounded with a spongy bone. So each compact bone surrounded by a spongy bone. We all know that the bones consists of minerals, calcium, the most plenty mineral in the bone, called osteoblasts. The connective tissue in the bone is made mostly of the proteins called collagen, which allow the bones to better flexible. The minerals is the calcium that make the bones strong and hard. The bones contain a soft tissue called bone marrow. We have two types of the marrow, red marrow and yellow marrow. Red marrow and the center flat bone, such as the ribs, that makes the red and the white blood cells, and also the yellow at the center of the long bone, such as the femur, that store the fats. Let's talk about the joints. The joint is the place where the two or more bones connected. So there is two types of joints, fixed joints and movable joints. Fixed joints are found in the skull and allow no movement between the bones, but the movable joints allow the movement of the bones. Examples of the movable joints. Ball and socket joints allow one of the bones to rotate in the large circle, such as what? Shoulders. We can move our shoulders in a lot of sides, so it can rotate. And also the hips. Examples of the gliding joint. The gliding joint is flexible and have many directions, like our wrist and the ankle. And then the hind joints allow the bone to move back and forth, so like the knee and elbow. This is the diagrams or the pictures that determine the joints or the shape of the joints, starting with the ball and socket joint, hanging joints, and the gliding joints. So let's talk about the injuries that can make disorder in the skeletal system. First one, the fractions. The fractions of the bone, when the bone broken, the bone can be broken by a high force impact, such as a fall from a bike. And then the sprain are injuries to a ligament caused by the stretching of a joint too far. The joints become swollen. And also the osteoporosis is a disease that causes the bone to become thin and the bone become weak and break more easily, like when the calcium decreases in the body. And also the arthritis is a disease that causes joints to stiffness, swell, and become painful. Sometimes the joints become misshapen. We have two diagrams in this system. It's very important to know about it, so we will talk about this in the class in detail, so pay attention in the class, please. Thanks a lot. If you need anything, please tell me.